It's for all the marbles, boys. The XWA Firebrand Championship. Blade, Trigga.
Some displeasantries being thrown across the arena in true Trigga fashion. The brawler from Beantown ready to throw down here tonight.
Fans obviously behind Jason Blade. You saw them all rise to their feet when he was being announced. There it is. And we are just seconds away.
Contest is official.
And look, these two, it's just gotten more and more heated week after week. And now some direct chatter going on. A little shove right there by Trigga the OG. We'll shove back. Oh, man. There we go. And that's what we've seen. That's what we know from Trigga the OG. He just goes right to business, to the rough stuff. And look at that monkey flip. Blade. Chain wrestling right here. Trigga slips out.
Looking for that backslide.
Ooh.
Looks to drop the gavel a little bit early in this contest. Blade with plenty of his wits about him. Hot in pursuit, and Trigga retreats.
Smartly. And again, Trigga, master of the mind games, loves to take his time. Jason Blade isn't the most patient man in the world. And here we go.
Jeez, all right,
Blade
guys.
with a vicious shot. Get out of here.
Come on, this is where we work, for crying out loud.
All right, Bob's had enough already.
I am definitely upping my coverage as soon as I get home.
No kidding, Bob. John, next week I think I'm going to have to sit over there on the end.
I think so. You might have to announce.
I'm bringing a flak jacket.
I'd start bringing a gun if I were you, Bobby.
Bobby's got a concussion. I'm forgetting to plug stuff. You're on, Corey.
All right. Irish whip across now. Blade. Nice, beautiful drop kick. The way we've always seen Jason Blade throw those drop kicks, right in the mush. Rolls, Trigga over. He's only going to get one out of that deal way early.
It's going to take a lot more than that kind of punishment for Trigga to get taken out of the potential race here.
Hard forearm from Blade, and another one, side of the head. Irish whip across now. Oh, Trigga in real hard. Blade winding it up. Oh, man, that splash.
Velocity behind it as well.
Managed to catch himself. I thought he was going to eat that guardrail.
For a second, it looked like he was going to. He came in at about 100 miles an hour. Over the top now, Owen. Beautifully done by the OG, getting those knees up. And here's what you know about Trigga. He smells blood. He goes after it like a shark.
One of the top-tier predators of the XWA. Trigga the OG wrestles when he needs to, but he fights first.
And he's been carrying that Firebrand Championship for many, many months now. Choke right in front of the referee. And Trigga the OG has things going his way so far at this point in the match. Heading to the outside, more stomping right between the shoulder blades of Jason Blade.
Well, Trigga's got himself that championship advantage.
Yep.
He will not lose a title on the hands of a disqualification. And you and I both know, Corey, he has no qualms with taking a DQ loss.
Absolutely not. It means nothing to him. All that means anything to him is hanging on to that championship.
You know, Trigga the OG, like you said, will go to any means to hang on to it. And if this match ends up in a DQ, Trigga will retain the Firebrand champion.
And at some point, they're going to have to, management upstairs is going to have to talk about maybe having some sort of no disqualification or put in that old Canadian rules DQ rule to prevent Trigga from getting himself disqualified.
That's something I don't think we see enough of in professional wrestling, Corey. You may be onto something there. Considering the lengths that our roster will go through to dismantle one another.
I know. God, we've seen nothing but tonight.
It's craziness.
That kind of action you only get to see here with the XWA Thursday nights. If you got $5 in your pocket burning a hole, you better get your butt down here.
$5 at the door, but it ain't no $5 wrestling as Trigga the OG takes on Jason Blade for the Firebrand Championship title.
Look out now. Trigga's got that chair set up. This is one of his favorites. Oh, man. Firing in those knife-edge chops. Clubbing forearm across the back. Trigga's got things going his way. John Roy, what do you think here, pal?
I just get a funny feeling. Oh, look at Jason Blade. I got a feeling Trigga's going to try to end this match, as you said, Bob Rossi, in an underhanded way.
2 3/4, says Tony P. Jason Blade fighting through the pain as any championship caliber wrestler would. You are looking at a former XWA champion. You're looking at a former Firebrand champion under the moniker of Seven. During your hiatus, that was part of the Jason Blade saga that's taken place here at the XWA, Corey. And this isn't a guy who rests on his laurels. This is a man who thrives on the idea of proving himself time and time again.
And he has. He has proven himself time and time again. Always magnanimous, whether in victory or defeat, having wrestled some of the top talent, dare I say, on planet Earth. The likes of, I don't know, AJ Styles. Stuff like that. You put that on your resume.
Who'd he ever beat?
You put that on your resume, you might be able to say something about yourself.
And as we saw, Tony P at the count of 5, Jason Blade making his way back in. Trigga trying to put a stop to that. I don't know if he can.
That chair, dangerous thing in the ring. Sunset flip over the top rope. Blade's got the feet across, and he only gets 2. Trigga rolls through. Oh, my God!
Ooh, Latiato sends Jason Blade square to the canvas.
Wow.
And Trigga bought himself some time there. Did you see the velocity behind that one?
How quick. He accelerated like a Lamborghini. Just went from 0 to top speed and wiped Blade out.
Doesn't quite have the body of a Lamborghini.
No, but he just moved like a Countach here in the XWA Event Center.
You allowed to say that?
He just did, so it's a little late now.
You do know that's a former Lamborghini, right?
Oh.
Okay.
What's the matter, John? You getting hungry over there?
Yeah, I am. That's right.
You know what time of the night it is,
Oh,
don't you,
it's
buddy?
sandwich time.
Is it sandwich? I was under the impression that you didn't like me, Corey, because I heard about these sandwiches, but until tonight I never experienced one. I got to say, thanks for dinner, pal.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Winner, winner, sandwich dinner for my boys.
Winner, sandwich dinner is right. Delicious sandwich.
While you nibble, I'll let your fans know. Got a big event coming up July 20th as Trigga the OG pounds the hell out of the back of Jason Blade. Jason Blade's back is just turning red as a stop sign.
And Trigga's looking to take full advantage of that. He sees a vulnerability. He is going to exploit it, as you mentioned earlier, like a shark to the blood in the water.
And one more time, too. Trigga's got that. Oh, Blade with the super kick.
Look at this. Both men now are throwing everything out of their arsenal towards one another.
Look out.
Can he get him up? Yes, he can. Oh, and he drops him on the back of his neck via powerbomb.
Oh, that looked real bad, too. Blade came down very, very awkwardly right there, and I'm very concerned right now.
Looking to minimize the damage of that impact. Blade.
Wow, great chain right there. And he's, wow. It's only 2. Tony P right on top of the action. Perfect positioning, as always. And the strength right there of Trigga the OG on display, as he didn't really have a good hold of Jason Blade, still managed to get the kid up and into that power bomb.
And I'm concerned for the former champion because Blade is yet to get to his feet. And as you can see, Trigga still got that chair in mind. He's still got that ace in his sleeve.
And taking his time. Now we'll take the chair down. Let's see what we can do. Tony P sees it. He's not going to put up with any of that crap.
Trigga now actually listening to the voice of reason, it appears. Instead of removing the chair, he's just putting it in another
turnbuckle.
turnbuckle.
There we go.
Tony P now is being stopped right in his tracks.
And look at this. Blade's begging Tony P to not call this match a disqualification. He's going to let it go. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I understand the pride of Jason Blade, but honestly, you want to live to fight another day. Trigga's looking to take him off the roster for crying out loud.
Oh, man. You got to call this one. You just got to call it.
Tony, come on. Don't allow this to happen, for crying out loud. The man's got a family, Tony.
Blade is going to get hurt real bad. Real bad.
How is he supposed to support his family if he's taken off the roster?
Swing and a miss. Oh, great move by Blade. Trigga's down. He could have him. Oh, so close. The OG sneaks out at the last second.
Oh, my.
Well, last tenth of a second.
Yeah, that wasn't even a full second there, Corey. I don't think you can get much closer than Tony got to slapping his hand down. This is incredible, and it just goes to show you what kind of value these men have for the Firebrand Championship.
Oh, it is a very coveted championship. Blade, what the hell is going on? Blade either fixing or trying to take apart the railing over there.
I don't know if he can take it apart.
Trigga fighting back now.
Making the fans put their chairs back. No, please clean up.
Oh, hard chop. And now this match has been out of control since the get-go. But it's only getting worse. Blade fires back. No, hard forearms right there.
Look at this. Trigga now gets a couple extra shots in. He may have the upper hand here as he and Jason Blade continue to do battle outside of the ring. Potentially very dangerous.
No, oh my God.
Oh, his leg just got hooked on the guardrail.
And Blade is definitely in deep trouble.
This is for the Firebrand Championship, ladies and gentlemen. The lengths that these men will go to in hopes of obtaining or in a means of defending said championship is almost unfathomable. Parents, put the little ones to bed.
Absolutely. And Trigga, there's some frustration building, you can tell. Off come the suspenders. Blade firing back. He's still hung up on the railing.
And you know, this is just a regular singles match. I think Jason Blade told Tony P not to disqualify Trigga. He wants a shot at winning the championship.
Oh! Holy God!
Trigga the OG with a daredevil dive over the middle rope.
Oh my
over the
God.
barricade. Takes Jason Blade out of business.
And stunned silence here in the event center. Jose Perez has come out.
Tony, you got to call this one.
They got to end this.
Tony, throw the match out.
Come on, man.
Come on. At what point?
This has gone way too far. And both men are down in a heap.
They're both moving somehow. I'm going to take a bite of my sandwich.
By all means.
How can you eat at a time like this?
Look at Trigga the OG is actually pulling himself up.
I eat when I'm nervous.
These men need medical attention.
The OG is doing his best now to get up, and he has actually pulled himself up by the barrier. And look at that, how cocky is Trigga the OG.
He's alive.
Blade getting up.
You can see the faithful are on their feet, but they are still stunned, considering that what kind of caution has been thrown to the wind. This has now been made a no disqualification matchup per request of Jason Blade. And I have to wonder the strategy behind it. Look at what kind of shape this man is in.
Blade just dumps himself over the barricade.
I mean, what's the point of becoming a champion if you can't walk out of the building?
It's well said, John Roy. Very well said. And this is just going to get worse before it gets better, folks.
Trigga's up on the apron. Pump kick to the face of Jason Blade.
Wow.
Using the velocity of his own opponent. What in the world does he have in mind here? No, not again.
Not again. Don't do it.
No,
Don't do
Trigga,
it.
no.
Don't
Keep
do it.
it in the ring, Trigga. Come on.
Just don't do it.
Oh, no. Oh!
Blade fires back with a chair shot.
Swings for the fences, and he could have himself a home run here tonight.
What? I can't believe it. Oh, no. Look out. Leader and Billington are back. We need another referee out here.
I'm not so sure I know what Tyler Calloway is. I haven't seen him since before intermission.
Leader and Billington are going to kill each other. Trigga the OG and Jason Blade are about to kill each other as well.
Folks, we have two matches simultaneously taking place at the moment. The Perpetual Iron Man match, no disqualification between Sean Leader and Tom Billington. A Firebrand Championship title match between Jason Blade and Trigga the OG.
There's a cover right there. Billington picks up a fall.
But what? Tony P didn't see the fall, but took place behind him. Jason Blade just pinned Trigga the OG, and Tony P didn't see it.
And look, here's Perez now trying to break up Billington and Leader. Look out. They're still killing each other.
Look at what's taking place in the ring here. Corey Blade is trying to talk some sense into Tony P.
And he can't believe it.
He didn't see it happen. He can't call it. He can't make a ruling on something he didn't see.
No, you're right. You're right. Trigga goes for that chain. We've seen him go for it 1,000,000 times.
With a golden opportunity to defend his crowd, Trigga the OG's got a fistful of gold. Big swing and a miss.
Look out.
Blade's got him up on his shoulders. Oh, the
Hand to the
fistful
tights,
of tights. Come on.